Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over my transfer plans for Game Week 11 and also the Kneejerk Reactions of the week as well. So if you're excited for the video, make sure to drop a like down below, leave a comment, how did you get on in Game Week 10, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, it was a small green arrow for me. Not the greatest game week in terms of like how many points I could have got, wrong captaincy, stuff like that. But it is still a green arrow. We're up to 30k. We went from 35 to 30, so it's a very, very small green arrow. In fact, I think my safety score was 70, and I finished the game week on 71. So, both my transfers were like alright this week. It wasn't even like I made any like crazy bad decisions. The only problem was obviously the captaincy. But either way, Areola in goal, getting me 3 points. I was really hoping for a clean sheet against Everton. I'm surprised they lost that game. But yeah, Areola only picking up 3. Obviously, Turner picking up 2 points, made a lot of saves in that Liverpool game, but Areola was the right goalkeeper choice. But yeah, at the same time, definitely was hoping for some sort of clean sheet from that game. Matty Cash picking up 5 points, picked up a yellow card, which was annoying, and Aston Villa conceded, but luckily Cash did go off before they did concede, so he did actually pick up 5 points in that game, which was really nice. Simicast picking up 6 points this week as well. I did bring in Simicast for, who did I get rid of? I got rid of Pedro Porro, and obviously they did concede in like the last minute, which I was very happy about, and then Simicast did pick up the clean sheet, was quite close to bonus points as well, but yeah, did pick up the 6 points there, so obviously I was really happy with that transfer. Playing Dan Burn was just not great. I mean, obviously picked up a yellow card, conceded 2, so did finish the game week on 0 points, which was really annoying. But again, I did have a Wolves player playing a Newcastle player, so when that happens, it doesn't maximize your like point total. Like I say, if Neto gets a return, that means Dan Burn probably won't, vice versa, stuff like that. But yeah, from the back, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. 2 clean sheets. And obviously got a save point from Areola, but then 0 from Big Dan Burn. So that was really unfortunate. But either way, that was the back line. In midfield, Bowen picked up 2 points, which, again, I didn't watch the West Ham game. So I don't know if he was like close to scoring or anything like that. But either way, only picking up 2 points against Everton was a little bit unfortunate. But either way, we carry on. We did captain Salah this week as well. I mean, I watched the Forest game, obviously, as a Forest fan, and we played terribly. Like, Liverpool completely dominated the game. I think we barely even had a shot, but Salah wasn't really playing like that high up. He was very much receiving the ball a lot of the time at like the halfway line. So I think the goal, very lucky. It was just literally a defensive error that obviously they scored from. So yeah, I think Salah captainers, very lucky that we did get anything from that game, because if that mistake didn't happen, we would have finished on 6 points. Well, 3 points, but obviously 6 with the captaincy doubled, which would obviously have been really bad. But I mean, I'll take it. A lot of people did captain like Watkins and stuff like that. So obviously I will definitely take the return, but I think that we were very lucky. Saka also picking up 6 points as well. I did get rid of Maddison for Saka this week. Didn't really matter because they both picked up an assist. Really unfortunate that Saka did have that early sub on like the 72nd minute or something, because they did go on and get a penalty. Odegaard wasn't on the pitch, so it was obviously going to be Saka that took it, but unfortunately wasn't on the pitch, which was really annoying. I do feel for Saka captainers as well, because obviously if he was still on the pitch, he would have scored that, and then yeah, you would have been looking at a really nice captaincy return there. But otherwise, wasn't meant to be. But yeah, Saka picking up 6 points. Both my transfers in this week did both pick up a return, so it's not too bad. Like, I am up like +4, because obviously Perro got 2, Maddison got 6, so that would have been 8, whereas with these two I got 6 apiece. So we are 4 points up on my transfers, which isn't too bad. And then Son picking up 10 points as well. Just a player that I can't see myself getting rid of anytime soon. He's just returning constantly. He's playing in that number 9 role now, and he's just a really good FPL asset. And I think if you don't have him yet, you need to work out a way to get him into your team, because he is such a good player to have. And then also Neto picking up 5 points, carrying on his incredible form of getting 1 return per game, but unfortunately did pull the hamstring. He was literally just about to shoot as well. I was watching it, and he's just like, he went to like run in and cut inside, and then his hamstring just went. So he will be my transfer out this week. I'll speak about that in a second. But yeah, picking up 5 points are really unfortunate, because he was such a nice like little differential that just kept ticking over. And they've got Sheffield United away next week as well, so it was just like perfect on paper. Could have rolled the transfer because my team looks okay for next week, but unfortunately it wasn't meant to be. Watkins picking up 2 points. I think I saw a stat that he had like an XG of like 1.4 in the first half and didn't score, didn't get anything. Like every time Villa like scored, on like the app that I follow. It just like wasn't Watkins on the goal or the assist. What's going on? But yeah, I only picked up 2 points. I do feel sorry for Watkins' captainers because, yeah, really unfortunate not to get anything. And then big bloody Haaland. I mean, this is the 1 week this season I've not captained him, and he goes and gets 16 points. I mean, it is just, my captaincy has been wrong every single week. I had Haaland the last 2 weeks when I should have gone Salah, and then the 1 week I go Salah, Haaland decides to go get 16 points. So I think that's why the average points is so high. Like, for me, Haaland wasn't even 100% effective ownership, so it actually did help my rank, him like popping off, just because of where I am in like the world. Like not a lot of people did captain Haaland, but yeah, it was just really annoying that obviously he went big on the week I went against him. And then yeah, Turner picking up 2, Anderson picking up 3, Archer picking up 1, and then Kabore picking up 0 as well. It was definitely the week for benchings as well. Like Archer was benched, Ødegaard was benched, Gabriel was benched. I cannot believe Gabriel was benched. I would have gone Gabriel if I had the money. I was gonna go Porro and Maddison to Saka and Gabriel. And I was, you know, I think I was like 0.1 off, and I definitely was going to do that, but obviously because I didn't have the money, I went Simicast instead. If I had gone Gabriel, I mean, I would have had Anderson off the bench, and it would have got me 3 points, so I would have finished on 68 points. Would have been I mean, to be fair, I probably would have still played Dan Burn as well. So yeah, it's just how it goes, man. It's just kind of like really lucky that obviously I don't think he's gonna get benched like again. Like he had like 14 straight starts or something for like club and country, so I don't know what's happened there. But yeah, with Neto, I mean the options really, because I've got nothing in the bank. The options really are to go down to the other Wolves attacker, what's his name, Chang. Like he's actually ticking over very nicely. It's just how good a Wolves going to be without Neto now, because he is like very much a talisman in that side that's like getting the ball upfield and stuff. So I don't know if they've got Sheffield United away, which is obviously a really nice fixture. The other option is just to go down to Cole Palmer and get me like 0.7, 0.6 in the bank, which obviously is quite nice, because then I can get rid of like, if need be, I can get rid of like Kabore for someone. Anderson actually got a price rise last night, which I was really happy about. I've got like 4.9 now on him. He's 5 mil, but obviously I made some money on him, which I wasn't expecting. But obviously they do have some nice fixtures coming up now. So yeah, Anderson is just going to be in my team for the next 3. But yeah, I think with Neto, it's really only part. I mean, I don't have to play. Obviously, I could just play Archer this week. They've got Wolves at home, so I could just play a 3-4-3 and just bench Neto, but it's a hamstring injury. It's not like he's going to be back like next week, and he's just going to keep losing value. So I think the smart decision is just to get rid of him and either go Cole Palmer or Chandler. I don't really know what I'm going to do yet. Obviously, there's midweek games, so don't make any transfers yet. But either way, that's how I got on in Game Week 10. And that's my transfer plans for Game Week 11. We'll quickly move on to some Kneejerk reactions as well, just to finish the video off. And we've got Nketiah being transferred in by 148,000 managers. Yeah, I mean, if you went for him, absolute massive shout from you. Obviously, Jesus like picked up that injury, and then it like wasn't as bad, but then it came out that it was quite bad, and he's going to be back for like a few weeks or whatever. So yeah, if you went for Nketiah, fair play, because a massive hat-trick for him. So yeah, honestly, props to you if you did go for Nketiah. I don't know if it's like the smartest thing to bring him in. I mean, the Arsenal fixtures are really good going forward, barring the Newcastle game. It's just, when is Jesus going to be back? It's one of those. So I do like Nketiah as an option. 5.5 mil as well, probably be 5.6 by 5.7 by the time the game week rolls around. But no, I do like him as an option. He's just got to worry that when Jesus is back, Nketiah is probably going to get benched again. And then Mbeumo as well, like back-to-back double returns, man. It's actually crazy, double-digit returns. I mean, they've got West Ham at home. Liverpool and Arsenal isn't great, but then Luton at home. I don't know. I feel like you've probably missed the ship on him. Because like that West Ham at home fixture is not easy, and they've got Liverpool away and Arsenal at home, so you don't really want him for these 2 fixtures. Obviously, after that, you could probably start thinking about it, but then they do blank in Game Week 18, and so do City, I believe. So you're probably going to have a few players from these teams that are going to blank, so you have to think about that ahead. But yeah, I mean, after that, you know, barring the blank in Game Week 18, they've actually got some pretty nice fixtures, so he could be back on the cards. I think I will probably be bringing him back in Game Week 14, maybe for Bowen or something like that. And then Douglas Luiz, another player that just keeps returning. Like I don't know, like he's not even playing that forward, but he's just banging the goals and he's banging the assists. And they've got some really nice fixtures coming up as well. So yeah, I don't know if Douglas Luiz for me is someone that I would like in my midfield, just because it does take up a midfield spot. But you know, like I could easily go down to him from Neto and just have triple Villa. And it's not something I'm completely against, but at the same time, like, I think it's just going to be a waste of a transfer because in a couple of weeks, I'll just want to get rid of him anyway. And I feel like he's got to stop sometime. Like, he can't keep returning like every week. It's getting a bit crazy. And then Son, another player that's been brought in by a lot of managers. Again, why wouldn't he? He's just playing really, really well at the moment. You know, 9.6. I think he was 9 or something at the start of the season. He just keeps going up. And I think he's probably going to get a price rise as well this week. Over 100,000 people have already brought him in. And then Anderson as well, yeah, which I was kind of surprised to get a price rise because, you know, he got nothing against Newcastle. I mean, he got the assist in the last minute against Spurs. I feel like if he didn't get that, probably wouldn't have been getting a price rise. But this is the run that I've kept him for. Like, I've kept him for these next 5 fixtures coming up. Like, for the next 5, I'm just keeping him. You know, I don't want to get rid of him at all. I think he's a really good option to have. And hopefully he can kind of reward me for sticking with him. I've not really played him, to be fair, since bringing him in on Wildcard because they had some bad fixtures when I brought him in on Wildcard 8. But now, like, I'm hopefully going to reap the rewards and get some nice returns from him here. Even though Palace aren't playing that well at the moment, Anderson is playing really well, so I'm a little bit excited to see what he's going to do. So they're the most transferred in players. Moving on to the most transferred out players, a lot of them are just injuries, really. In fact, 4 of them are injuries. We've got Isak, who's out for a bit. Callum Wilson could be a really nice option going forward after the Arsenal game because obviously he's going to be starting on penalties, everything like that. His place in the starting 11 isn't really up for grabs until Isak is back. But yeah, Isak being transferred out by 156,000 managers. We've got Udogie as well. I don't think I would get rid of Udogie yet. I think it was just probably a 1-game kind of miss. I don't think I would. If you don't need, like, if you've got other fires to put out, like, then I would keep Udogie. I think he'll be back for the Chelsea at home game. It's not the greatest fixture, but I don't think it's worth like a transfer out. Ødegaard as well. I think it came out that he just like felt something, so they didn't want to risk him. I don't think it's a player that's going to be out for much longer at all. So I think Ødegaard is fine to keep. Neto is going to be like a hard sell. Like, you can have really bad hamstring injuries or just not as bad hamstring injuries, but they can always like go from like 6 weeks to 3 months or something like that. So yeah, it's not a player you're going to keep. Like I said, I've got Neto. He's going to be out this week because there's just no reason to keep him, even though the fixtures are really, really good coming up as well. This is why I wanted Neto, because they've got some nice fixtures coming up, but it is what it is. And then also finishing things off, Estepinian as well. We should be getting updates about him soon, about like what his availability is and stuff. Like, I'm just gonna go from cash to Estepinian, like when he's back. But I like, if he's not back for these 3 fixtures, like, is it worth bringing him in? I don't really know, because also Brighton can't keep the ball out the back of the net. I don't even know if they've kept a clean sheet this season yet. They have not. So it's just his attacking returns really that you're going to be getting points from. But either way, that is going to be everything for today's video. My transfer plans plus the Kneejerk reactions for the week. Of course, like I say, midweek fixtures, so hold off on your transfers. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow with probably the team selection, maybe, or wildcard draft, something like that. I'll have a think. But either way, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, and until next time, peace.